Hi, Caleb with Brownells here. Today we're going to go over something we get a lot of questions on the tech line, and that is what is the aftermarket part compatibility between these four handguns. And here in front of me I have the Glock 42, a Glock 43, a 43X, and the Glock 48. So going into these handguns here, I'll start with the Glock 42 since it's the most interchangeable out of all these. The only aftermarket parts that's going to interchange between this firearm and the rest of them is going to be the sights and your connector. Unique to this firearm is going to be your slide stop lever, your slide lock, your magazine catch, and of course your barrel, since this is a 380 and the rest are 9mm. The trigger on this one also will not interchange with the rest of them. Also on the Glock 43, if you're looking to change out your slide stop, Glock has the part numbers listed for this slide stop, and the one on the 42 is two different part numbers. But some of your aftermarket manufacturers, such as Vickers, they'll have that listed as an interchangeable part. So if you're going to change out factory components, it's good to stick with the Glock part number, but know that the aftermarket components will interchange. Moving on from here, we're going to go up to the Glock 43. So your Glock 43 is going to share the most compatibility with your Glock 43X. Now the only differences between these two firearms is the frame itself. So the frame on the 43X is of course longer, as you can see, but it's also a little bit wider, so the magazines are not going to interchange. Now, moving on from here, going to the Glock 43X. The only difference between the 43X and the 48 is the length of the slide. Now your Glock 48 has a longer slide, which means it also has a longer barrel. So between these two firearms, everything in the frame will interchange. So on your Glock 48, the difference between this firearm and your 43X is of course the slide and your slide stop. The slide stop on this firearm has a little bit stronger spring to account for that extra mass in the slide. But other than that, they are identical, and potentially you could take the slide off of this firearm, switch it with this one, and vice versa, and it would work just fine. So the key thing to remember here overall is that your 42 has the least compatibility, all the sights will interchange, and your 43 has a unique magazine from the 43X and the 48. Thanks for watching. See you next time.